Hello students, today we are going to study differential leveling. Now the types of leveling is generally classified into two types. First one is differential leveling and the next one is reciprocal leveling. We will start with the first type of leveling, that is differential leveling. Now in differential leveling we generally measure the difference in elevation of 2 points on the surface of the earth, okay, for which we had taken this diagram in which a particular area is taken and we want to compute the elevation of station 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, for which we will place the instrument at instrument station A and instrument station B, okay. Now the first point which we had taken, that is this point, is known as benchmark because its RL is already known from the mean sea level. Now this is the mean sea level which we had marked here and its RL is 110 meter, which is shown here. Now in the first half we will keep the instrument at instrument station A and we will take the reading on the first point, that is on benchmark, whose RL is already known, and this reading is known as backside because backside is the reading which we will take at that station whose RL is already known. So at station 1 RL is already known, that is 110 meter, so this reading is the backside. Now we will take the next reading at station 2 and at station 3 from the instrument station A, and the readings will be equals to 0.2 meter and 0.3 meter. Now after station 3 we will not be able to get the elevation of station 4, 5 and 6 because these points are above the line of sight, okay. So we need to change the instrument station after station 3. So we will keep the instrument at instrument station B and we will take the further readings. Now when we kept the instrument at instrument station B, we have to take the first reading on that station whose RL is already known, that is the station 3, because its RL is already calculated during the first half. Now we will take the further readings at station 4, 5 and 6. At station 6 the last reading is taken, so it is known as foresight, and all the readings in between the backside and foresight is known as intermediate side, which is shown here. Now the RL of benchmark is 110 meter and the backside reading is 1 meter. So for finding the height of instrument at station A, we need to add the RL of benchmark with the backside. So if we will add RL of benchmark, that is 110 meter, plus backside reading, that is 1 meter, we will get the height of instrument as 111 meter at instrument station A. So we will write height of instrument as 111 meter. Now this height of instrument is constant till we don't change the position of the instrument, okay. So it will be constant for station 2 and station 3. Now we want to compute the RL of station 2 and RL of station 3, so we need to subtract the value of intermediate side and foresight from the height of the instrument. So if we will subtract the intermediate side, that is 0.2, from the height of instrument, that is 111, we will get RL of station 2, which will be equals to 110.8 meter. Similarly 111 minus 0.3, it will be equals to 110.7. Now that will be the RL of station 3. Now the first reading taken from the instrument station B will be at station 3 because its RL is already known, that is 110.7 meter. So for finding the height of instrument at station B or at instrument station B, we need to add the RL of station 3 with the backside reading, that is 0.7, which is shown here. So 110.7 plus 0.7, it will be equals to 111.4 meter. That will be the height of instrument at instrument station B. Now this height of instrument will remain constant for all the other readings till we don't change the instrument station. So it will be constant for station 4, 5 and 6. Now After computation of height of instrument, we need to find the RL of station 4, RL of station 5 and RL of station 6, for which we need to subtract the intermediate side reading as well as the foresight reading from the height of instrument. Now, 111.4 minus 0.2, it will be equals to 111.2, that will be the RL of station 4. Similarly, 111.4 minus 0.7, it will be equals to 110.7, that will be the RL of station 5. And similarly, 111.4 minus 0.5, it will be equals to 110.9 meter, that will be the RL of station 6. So in this way the differential leveling is carried out. Now the calculation of differential leveling is done by two methods. The first one is height of instrument method and the next one is rise and fall method. Now we will see both the methods in detail with particular examples in our further lectures. Now in these two methods there will be arithmetic checks. For height of instrument method, the check will be summation of backside minus summation of foresight is equals to last RL minus first RL. Now if this condition holds, then our calculation is correct. Otherwise we need to calculate the whole numerical once again. Okay. And for rise and fall method, the check will be summation of backside minus summation of foresight is equals to summation of rise minus summation of fall is equals to last RL minus first RL. If this condition satisfies, then our question is solved correctly. Otherwise we need to solve the question again. Now which one is the better method, that is the height of instrument method or rise and fall method? So rise and fall method is better than the height of instrument method. Why? Because it provides a complete check on intermediate side also. It means that rise and fall method provides check on backside, foresight as well as intermediate side, because with the help of intermediate side we will calculate the rise and fall values. So rise and fall method provides complete check on foresight, backside and intermediate side. That's why rise and fall method is more reliable than height of instrument method. That is all about the differential leveling. Thank you very much, students.